Interesting argument about 2 years ago that Trump is going to keep the stock market elevated so that the capital can migrate into successful new industries, not from a low level, from a high level. Transfer out of these elevated, nosebleed, silly valuations. Okay, we're in an inflationary depression.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
for those who think that I'm crazy for saying that, I say you're ignorant for not recognizing it. We got a 5, 6, 7% lie on the price inflation, which means we got a 5, 6, 7% lie on economic growth. If they say we're struggling to have 1% growth, then really we got a -4 or 5% recession. If we got high inflation and a deep recession, that's called inflationary depression. They lie about everything.
They
I spent
do.
the first 2 years focusing on lies for economic statistics: consumer price index, jobless index, and the GDP, economic growth. They're all related.
Yep.
If you want an accurate view of what the unemployment is, look at the participation rate and subtract 1 from it.
Hmm.
And you get about 28%.
Yeah, it's high.
If the unparticipation rate is 28%, what the hell are you talking about that the jobless rate is 4?
They just
No.
skew everything. It's completely
Well, no,
skewed.
it's skewed because they define it improperly. They're looking for the state unemployment insurance recipient rate. Well, if you run out of your unemployment benefits,
Yeah.
you're not considered unemployed.
Right, right. I know. It's
So
so
I look at the participation rate and
right.
I subtract 1 and I get 28% for unparticipation in the labor market. What do you call that? Jobless. And
Yeah.
what they say is no, no. There are a lot of people who permanently exit the labor market out of choice. I say, yeah, out of choice, because they tried for 2 years to get a job and they couldn't.
Well,
Now
what would
they've turned to dealing drugs
yeah.
and robbing homes.
Well, if we could bring manufacturing back home and downsize the government, all those people in the government jobs can go into actual production.
I know, and that's going to be the challenge, and that's going to be a very difficult challenge because we need to deport 15 million trash,
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
have dumped over 400,000 Haitians. I heard that they dumped 5% of the 8 million Haitians in the United States. That's 400,000. They dumped them. They're not just in Springfield, Ohio. They're all
Oh,
over the
yeah.
place.
They're everywhere.
They're
Sure.
north of Pittsburgh. They're in southern Alabama, and they voice complaints, and the city official says you're not allowed to complain.
Yep, I heard that.
Okay, what? You're not allowed to complain.
Yeah.
This is an economic point, Carrie, and I got to go after this. I got something at the top of the hour. There is a phenomenon. When the Haitians come in, they're given protected status,
Yep.
and there are job openings advertised only for the protected status,
Yeah.
and the regular citizens are not informed about the jobs. So the jobs go to the Haitians and the other protected status. In addition, the Haitians have these big fat debit cards.
Yeah.
And there's a lady in Springfield, Ohio, and she's got a lot of courage because she might get shot by the Biden guys, the hitmen. She said, I know people at a hardware store and other department stores, like Lowe's or Home Depot,
Hmm.
and they walk out with $3,000 of merchandise on their debit cards,
Yeah.
and they're Haitians and they don't speak English.
Well,
Well, they don't speak French either. Do you know what they speak?
well, they speak that Haitian Creole version of
Creole.
French.
It,
Yeah.
it's a okay, the best example that I've ever heard is that Yiddish is to German what Creole is to French. Adaptations and local color.
Yeah.
Um, I
So,
have. Go ahead. Go ahead.
well, I was just going to say regarding the Haitians and all of this is enough reason for what you were saying about your military friend in Florida saying that people are giving up because the signs are not there. The signs of success are not there. And this in particular is really, really one of the most disturbing, upsetting things going on. It's at the top of people's list of concerns, and there's no
Uh,
sign of any solution or any
or
action.
great progress. There's no sign of even an initiative
Yeah.
by the Biden. You notice how it's
Well,
called the
certainly
Biden
not
Harris
by
show?
the
The Biden Harris.
Biden Harris show. They're doing it. They're the ones
I
doing
know,
it. But
but before it was the Biden show, now it's the Biden Harris show.
uh-huh.
Before they're calling it the Biden administration or the Biden whatever, I call
Yeah.
it the show.
Yeah.
Now it's the Biden Harris.
Harris, yeah.
Biden Harris show, Biden Harris administration. They're trying to put
They're trying to put her in there.
they're put something around her neck for the problems that we have in the country so that she cannot say I had no responsibility. You're the vice president. You had no say.
So who do
She's
you
actually
think
she's trying to put it on Trump and it's absolutely absurd.
who do you think's running her?
Soros, Alex.
Hmm.
Waltz just had a meeting in Manhattan with Alex Soros.
Mm.
You know, I wonder if Soros realizes that Harris, Kamala Harris, and Waltz are being operated by the White Alliance.
Well, that's
a really
what I wanted to get to.
deep question. I got to go.
Yeah, okay. Well,
I got something to do before the top of the hour. I got 9 minutes.
okay, so that was the point that I wanted to get to, is if you thought that they were being operated by the White Alliance.
I think so, yes. And I think at the same time, it's not clear the methods. It's not clear the agent. It's not clear much of anything.
Yeah, the purpose.
I look at the actions. Waltz is the worst pick I could have ever imagined. Maxine Harris would have been worse. I'm sorry, Maxine Waters.
Mm.
Maxine Waters, the crazy older black lady in California. She's calling for violence now. Let's bring out violence. Let's show these people we're angry. Okay, they're fomenting violence without inciting riots by definition. This is very, very slick.
Yeah,
and
meanwhile, the
slippery.
J6ers are in jail
I think
for
they're
walking
almost.
across the lawn.
Aren't they all released?
I don't think so.
I thought that they won their case and they were released.
Okay, I have to look into that. I saw that that was possible, but I didn't know that had happened.
I thought they won their case. They won their case. So
Okay, I'm
now
gonna look into
they're
that.
talking about lawsuits for wrongful arrest and torture in prison. You don't do that if you're still in prison. So I think that they're out, but I could be wrong. I got to go.
Okay,
This is Wednesday, October 2, and you can't steal this and change it, you sons of bitches. golden-jackass.com. Sign up for the newsletter, support my work, make a donation. If you're wealthy, make a big donation with the sponsor button. I'm getting the shit kicked out of me. I really resent some of the comments that I get from emails that demonic attacks are my imagination. I'm a statistician, so I put together a hypothesis that these are random events. And after about 15 or 18 Three Sigma events, I'm pretty sure that they're not random events. I was pretty sure after 5 or 6 different Three Sigma events that I did something and then something happened. I did something and then something happened. And I've noticed something else, Carrie, that's very weird. One really important factor that I'm noticing is when I'm done cleaning up a heavy cost from an ugly event, there's another event very quickly that's ugly and painful and costly. They're sequential. They don't seem to be happening at the same time. I finish one, there's another. We just finished with an extortion, and now we've got a new problem. I don't wish to give the details because it's medical. But there was a time 2 years ago when a portion of a roof caved in As soon as we had it fixed, another portion of the roof caved in. As soon as we fixed that, another portion of the roof caved in on the other end of the building. As soon as we fixed that, another portion. And we ended up selling the property at a big discount because we figured that it was demonically possessed. These are very unusual events. I don't know anybody who's had 6 fires in a 4-year period. I don't know anybody in my entire life. Okay, I've had 7 dead people, and 2 are in my own colleague group, and 2 of them were closely associated with London Paul. And if you think I'm making an accusation indirectly at London Paul, that's exactly what I am doing. 2 of my colleagues are dead. I'm sure one was murdered. I suspect the other one was murdered. And they were each closely associated with London Paul, who's a very much pro-Hillary animal. Whoa, didn't know that until I knew him for a couple of years. What a piece of shit. Okay, it's Golden-Jackass. Sign up for the newsletter. I'm available for consult calls. Got consult calls. I got one on the next couple of days.
You can book a consult with Jim. You can make